Hello and welcome back to the WGL APAC, where we just had a pretty one-sided game, but a lot of fun regardless. Throwback to, what was it, Horsemen on Cliffs?
Yes.
Mines, sorry, on Mines. That was a lot of fun backstage. Of course, I'm Rogi joining me. Oh, I'm joining you this time, rather.
Absolutely.
It's the Go-Go Gadget himself.
Yes,
and we got a bit of another one-sided potentially coming up here. Team Efficiency taking on DarkWolves.
Yeah, look, TE DarkWolves, our next matchup for tonight. For those of you that have been following the scene for a while, you'll know that DarkWolves isn't too strong. Let's be honest. Team Efficiency, second in the ladder. They're blazing towards Wargaming, almost at 40 points themselves in the standings right now. So, look, Team Efficiency, they are definitely one of the teams to beat.
Oh, yeah.
In this season.
No,
so,
without a doubt.
Yeah, this one it's going to be a big chore for the DarkWolves because the last time these two guys played was actually on Friday.
That's right.
For their rescheduled Week 1 match. And that one, well...
Lay it on us, Alex. A 5-0 for any of our blind viewers at home.
Yeah, there you go. I was just thinking. I don't think we have any blind viewers, but you never know.
We don't broadcast in Braille, unfortunately. But look, one of the things I do want to focus on this game is Jordan and I yesterday were talking about how Team Efficiency match up to EL and why everyone believes that EL is the #1 team is because Team Efficiency, while they may win, they still have very sloppy wins. They're not as refined as the Church of Elong have shown. So this is one of those games that's a real test for me, especially when watching Efficiency, if they can get to that next level, if they can get that perfection and kind of robotic-like precision.
Yeah, that's right. I think, you know, if they can just clean this one out in a very smooth 5-0, then, you know, that's exactly what Team Efficiency are going to be looking for to, you know, prove that they've got exactly what it takes to, you know, stay consistent and play the same as the likes of Wargaming. But, of course, their lineup here.
Yep,
very, very strong.
Look, players like Bohan, who did an absolute magic in some of his heavier tanks throughout the season, now has basically the king of Deflects the Mouse in his arsenal. I'm really excited to watch him kind of bend that tank to his will and show that he's one of the best heavy tankers in our league.
Absolutely. Bohan's always been one of the top heavy tankers, and now that the Mouse has come in, he's just essentially got an indirect buff to his own style of play. So, yeah, well played there by Bohan.
Yep, and of course JT, the new top scorer in damage in the league, of course helping out Team Efficiency. But on the other side of the battlefield tonight, it will be DarkWolves, who unfortunately still fresh wounds from their loss against Efficiency on Friday. We'll have to see if that one-day hiatus was enough to overcome that one. They're going to have a very big momentous task up for them tonight, though.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, for the DarkWolves too, honestly, even get one game up against Team Efficiency here, it's going to be so hard. I mean, we do look to these guys like Lambert, who actually did pretty decently in their last game. Lambert
did very nice.
Gomley, exactly. Gomley, now that these Mouses are in, he's got to be one for the DarkWolves that really steps up because he does like playing those Mouses and those other heavy tanks himself. So if he can step up, then, you know, maybe the DarkWolves have a chance on some of these maps.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, we've got our two players to watch for this one. The flex players on the team. You've got Party for Team Efficiency and Yui, both mysterious shadows.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Party there was 1666 average damage dealt, obviously quite a bit higher than his counterpart in Mr. Yui.
They've misspelled Yui. They're missing about 9 U's here.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Should just completely go off the graphic like it does in the actual game itself.
Exactly. But yeah, look, Yui, not too bad. Average damage, roughly pretty similar. Average destroyed. Party, obviously, almost destroying one tank a game, which is very nice. Total damage dealt well in Party's favour as well. But Yui actually does have a little bit of an edge on the average accuracy by about 2%.
Yeah, well, maybe just not shooting as much as Party is. It's got about half the damage dealt of Mr. Party over there.
Maybe. Could very well be it. But look, either way, two fairly strong tankers for their respective teams.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we're going to have to look at just generally these teams today. I think now that we are seeing the mouse meta kind of come into effect, one thing that's really struck me is that these teams, they're not really as reliant, or they can't be as reliant on individual play, you know? So, because it's just mouses, everyone has to do a lot of damage at the end of the day. But here we go. We're going to be finding what maps they're going to be doing damage on.
Alrighty, let's crack this one wide open. Ruinberg, gone. Mines, gone.
Yeah, okay. I like that there from Team Efficiency. They're never a big fan of Ruinberg. Taking out mines as well.
Especially after you see DarkWolves 2-0 EL on Ruinberg, the last thing you want to do is make the same mistake.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
Exactly. And recently, Team Efficiency have actually gotten into mines. So, yeah. Decent leaving it open. Steps first picked by Team Efficiency. They're really good at steps. One of their, if not their best maps statistically on paper.
Oh, yeah, it looks really nice.
Ghost Town, that's actually a good pick from the DarkWolves. I feel as though if there's any map that the DarkWolves can win, it will be that one, Ghost Town. So, Cliff taken out there by the DarkWolves, though. They're not big fans of Cliff. They've never actually won a game on Cliff. Muravanka, again, just a map that Team Efficiency don't have confidence on, you know? Yeah. I think Prokhorov, because honestly, the DarkWolves are picking and banning quite well here.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, seeing them evolve in this certain aspect, at least tonight. Hopefully that's enough for them to maybe get at least 1 or 2 rounds on the board. Got to remember that as recently these two teams have versed up, it was Team Efficiency taking them out 5-0. But of course, here are the maps again for you guys. We'll be starting the series off with Steps, Ghost Town, Prokhorovka, Himmels, if we make it that far. And of course, we'll have the back-to-back Himmelsdorf.
If we get the tiebreaker, that's it. And
that'll be the dream for DarkWolves at this stage.
Yeah, DarkWolves will like that. But look, I think Steps, obviously, Team Efficiency, that's their first pick. They're going to be looking very confident on that. Ghost Town. We have seen Team Efficiency a few times before just kind of derp a little bit on Ghost Town. So
yeah, they really have.
That's what they've got to look out for today, and got to try and make sure that their players just ship shape playing up against the DarkWolves here, because at the end of the day, Ghost Town, it is a somewhat simple map to play, particularly on the defensive side. So Team Efficiency can't afford to make mistakes.
Uda's still getting busted out yesterday, I think by B Gaming maybe? Can't remember off the top of my head, but he's still able to output about 2,000 damage, which we really thought wasn't going to be possible, considering the only targets it had to shoot were about 2 or 3 mouths.
Yeah, look, it definitely still works. I think Udez, maybe not quite as effective as before.
Yeah,
but
it's not filling the same role in terms of just completely denying the one flag. So I thought it wouldn't have that impact, but obviously still getting up there a little bit.
There we go. Well, I think it's time to head on to Steps first up, though, where we're probably not going to be seeing a Udez from these two teams. They don't
Madhouse
really
isn't playing.
Yeah, Madhouse isn't playing. We're not going to be seeing the Utila Udez instead. Probably just going to be going with the RU251, I reckon, from Mr. Skell. And it will be...
Nope. No RU251.
No, so they're not on the defense, so they are going to be locking in the artillery piece instead on the Team Efficiency side and on the DarkWolves side. So the DarkWolves going to be going with that artillery, the STRV as well, which, well, I think they're going to be probably trying to push up the boost. But for those of you that might have spectated or heard about these guys matched on Friday, well, the DarkWolves tried that on Friday as well to put the STRV up on the boost, and they failed 4 times.
Well, let's see if they can get it in 3, Alex, as we're jumping into the series, second series of the night. Team Efficiency gunning for that first spot. DarkWolves gunning for 6th spot. A win or at least a draw, for a tiebreaker rather, for DarkWolves would really help out their cause tonight. Efficiency, of course, I got Bolognese playing as well. He's going to be jumping in instead of our Party, I do believe, which really just bums out our head-to-head, doesn't it, Alex?
Just a little bit. That's all right, though. Bolognese, he's a
if
very
they get
solid
it one,
player. Oh, there
wouldn't that be?
If Caviar could actually finish off the boost, and I think he has. Yeah, I think he has. So there we go. They've learnt from their mistakes, the DarkWolves.
know exactly what game is afoot at the moment. But yeah, DarkWolves getting it in 1.
Yep.
Congratulations to them. That's a great start to this series, what they needed as well.
Okay, good stuff there from the DarkWolves. They've started off better than they did on Friday's match. Right now, we've got Team Efficiency just kind of setting up, positioning towards this one flag. Gomley is actually spotted out, and Moore gets a very cheeky shot in towards him. I'm not sure why Gomley couldn't react to that. Maybe not getting the spot quite in time.
Yep.
And Gomley should be fairly safe behind that rail track there. Obviously, that's going to block any shots from Skell, generally speaking, or make it... very hard to hit, as we can see there. Just unless Gomley pokes over and Skell could get that. His Skell maybe actually should have fired then.
He's going to go for it anyway.
That's not going to work. But just when Gomley kind of started to poke over,
yeah, could have done the wee prediction there. That'd have been nice. But of course, you can see Yui And of course, Yui blocking out whoever's under him there, so not 100% sure who that is. Revolution, judging by the R. Going to be getting back on Bohan, forcing them to back off. You can see the artillery. Got a shot lined up. It's going to be back Kong.
He could fire it if he wanted there. It wouldn't deal that much damage because it wouldn't be a direct hit, and he is only in a tier 8 artillery, so the splash isn't going to be amazing. So it's looking like Bakong instead, just wanting to hold it out and maybe wait until JT actually pokes out and actually tries to.
It would be a tough shot to hit.
Yeah.
Any meaningful damage, rather.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So JT there's still going to be poking up and down a little bit once he's spotted.
Bohan copping a few shots there from Yui and co. The artillery going to be lining him up, angling him out, waiting for the accuracy to come on in.
And again, Bohan's in a bit of a tricky spot. Oh, but there we go!
With a 700 damage shot, and that was a bit of a wide one.
Yeah, that was a very kind of low percentage, I want to say, shot there from Back Kong.
It looked like it.
Look, he made it work, and Back Kong, we know he is one of the best artillery players here in the league. Very, very solid, does like to get in that M40 quite often, and with a 700 damage shot, you cannot be asking for more than that. So, actually quite a good little start to the defense here from the DarkWolves. They've managed to get that heavy tank of team efficiency quite low so far. Caviar's still up on the boost right now, so it's not going to be easy for TE to sort of force any fights, because otherwise Caviar's just going to start destroying them in this S-tank. So overall, I'm actually really liking the DarkWolves' chances here.
Yeah, DarkWolves, they're not a bad roster by any means. It's just when, I don't know, it's always something. They come in, they've got a bunch of really good players on this roster, but then when the games get a little bit too, how you going, they tend to not make the best of bad situations. But already off to a very commanding start here. Safi and Bolognese getting smacked down. Lambert goes down first tank of the map, so that's going to be great for efficiency to find their way back into this. Gomli really needs to pick up one of these bat shots more, and Safi on about one hit a piece there, but there are 4 tanks just over the ridge. Safi, sorry, on the reload. Not sure how many shots Bolognese has, but judging by his passive nature at the moment, not too many. JT almost finished his reload in the 1-2-1. Bolognese and Safi going to back off. Wise. They get the kill and they lose.
Okay, that's good stuff from them.
JT cops one.
Oh, yep. Got to be careful.
Moore's one shot though. Gomli could go for it. He's on the reload. Moore, what are you doing? He knows that he's got a little bit of time to work with, but as he spent too long, Gomli can't afford to go completely over that ridge. The Artie shot comes in, a near 800 damage shot. This could be what Moore and JT were looking for. They want to be able to clip him out. They just got to make sure that Gomli's not aiming, and the Arties are just on point right now. Here comes Moore. He needs that shot onto Gomli if he wants to finish him off. Actually going for spits, hits him down to half. Yui finds the kill onto Bolognese. That's a bat shot off the field for team efficiency. JT goes down as well as Gomli picks up that one. So 2 tanks off the field for efficiency. They're down 2.5k HP as well.
Yeah, there we go. Great stuff from the DarkWolves there. That Artie shot from Bakong really turning it around, and Bolognese just getting caught out, tracked on the top of those rail tracks, and really
tracked
paying
on the
price. Exactly, really paying the price for that one. Oh, but there we go. Skell.
Granovsky not even needed for that one.
Yeah, great little evener there by Skellen. Oh, if Granovsky can find this, if he can. Oh, he just misses that next one. Can he get it?
Oh no, he misses 2 and he's out of ammo. Luckily for him, Moore had his back.
Okay, so right now team efficiency, they're still not looking super healthy, but they've got the guns in the game. You know, we've got 4 tier 10s up for team efficiency, only 3 up there for the DarkWolves, and you know, I'd really have liked to have seen Caviar do just a little bit more work here. I don't feel as though he's been able to contribute too much, whether that's been because of team efficiency's positioning or something else.
So now that you're DarkWolves, do you just kind of like knuckle down, back off a little bit and force team efficiency to come into range of Caviar?
100%. That's exactly what you need to be doing. Caviar is going to be so hard to dislodge from that position by these bad chats. You know, it's an S-tank. It's not the easiest tank to even go through with those bad chats anyway, particularly because they're probably going to be, firing heat, which does struggle against that S-tank's heat-resistant shield at the front, those grates. You know, as soon as the heat shells hit that, then they're probably not going to be going through it. So, team efficiency definitely still not out of the woods yet. Although the DarkWolves now will need some good resets from Caviar.
Granovsky, very much so on the cusp of being in or out of that capture point there. And you can see the cute little red panda, different from their current logo as well. So I need to get that one updated, guys. That's the old red panda. This one's got he's got the cool thumbs up with the glasses on.
Yeah.
He's at deal. He's got the deal with it. Has come down and landed right on top of him. But Artie shot coming through any second now. Just wants to wait a little bit longer. You can see it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, it's a good shot, but not gonna hit. Low percentage, and sometimes that's the way the Artie goes.
Only 2.5 minutes to work with, and one on the clock, one on the cap. So if they can get the reset, they might be with a chance here.
DarkWolves, I'm still kind of favouring them because I think Caviar.
He's moved down.
Actually, Caviar's moved down. Now this is actually a little bit dangerous. Now I almost take that back a little bit, particularly now that he's spotted. Like, surely he would have liked to.
He's booking it. He's making use of that reverse speed quite well.
He's making use of the turbine engine.
Oh,
of the
here it comes. He smacks him.
Yeah.
Wow, Skell and Batkong have really been showing up tonight in the Arties.
They've been doing work in those Arties.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Skell at the top there.
Yeah.
By the end of this one.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I'm actually a little bit confused now as to why Caviar needed to move down from that boost. I mean, he could have just blind fired.
They need to get this to win.
Yeah. But I feel as though he could have just kept on blind firing and maybe made it work. But instead, he's moved down and just made it so much harder.
Winnable, though. It's still so winnable for DarkWolves. If they're able to get the reset onto team efficiency, they may not have enough time to go for the capture victory and then not have enough time to go for the kill victory. And that's going to be a reset. It looks like Yui, he's spotted out. Skell gets one shot, only needs one more. The Artie has to get the hell out of there. He gets taken down. Skell out of the fight. Yui with a great little pick here and 1 minute 20 left on the clock. I think team efficiency, they have to go for a kill victory.
Well, they have to at the moment. Yeah, there's no other choice for them. And look at this Revolution. He's
so
still
far out the fight.
All the way behind. I mean, this is not going to be easy for team efficiency. And, I mean, they're going to be going in. And they should actually be able to find Yui here. Yui's reloading. That was a bad move from Yui to actually decide to reload there.
Minute left on the clock.
Only a minute left.
They need to find Revolution, and he knows that they're on him. Luckily, he's got sights on more, so he knows exactly where to go and where not to go. Batkong still alive in the Artie, very far away with 45 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be absolutely up against the pump for team efficiency. They have 4 tanks, but if they split out too far, the S-tank can make short work of them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the issue right now.
Revolution's doubling back.
Ooh, Revolution playing a dangerous game.
Oh, he's got eyes on Safi and Moore. Well, not sorry. We have eyes on Safi and Moore, and we know that they're nowhere near Revolution at the moment. With 25 seconds left on the clock, this could be a very clenched out DarkWolves victory.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like
I think they've done it. Yeah, Moore's nowhere near.
Yep.
Moore and Safi, they don't have enough time to get to Revolution. That's going to be a DarkWolves win.
That's it. So as simple as that, that is going to be the DarkWolves win there. In time, 5 seconds left. They might not even spot out Batkong at the end of the day.
No, wow. Team efficiency resting on their laurels, getting a little bit too comfortable putting all the eggs in the basket for that cap victory when obviously DarkWolves just going to sack one tank for the reset and it's going to be over. Not
well,
enough time.
That was very strange there.
Well, there goes our 5-5-0 prediction for this game. There's team efficiency. And they're so good at steps as well. Such a bizarre game to start things off here. I really think team efficiency maybe just weren't focused on their win conditions in that game. It was clear from, of course, our standpoint where we have the God vision that there was just no way they were going to get there in time, let alone win off a cap victory, because I think the cap was on a minute 30 when they were on a minute 40. A minute 50 in-game time. They had, what, 20 seconds if the cap gets reset? There was just no way they're winning that off a cap victory.
Yeah, and honestly, DarkWolves tried to throw that because DarkWolves, like, they took Caviar down.
They did try to throw it, didn't they, Alex?
Yeah, they took Caviar down from that boosted position, and there was no reason for them to do that. They didn't need to do that to get the reset. They didn't use him to get the reset. I mean, maybe he's a little bit of a distraction, so that could have helped them a little bit, but at the end of the day, they could have even just camped him up there, got the reset anyway, and you know, then team efficiency would have had to deal with a S-tank up in the boost to try and, you know, dig out, which is not fun. So overall, not great from team efficiency, not great time management. They could have technically finished that one off if they just kind of clicked the button a little bit early and realised that they weren't going to win from, you know, a certain point onwards.
Yeah, this was an interesting turn of events as well. We saw a lot of fights going on over on the tracks, and Team Efficiency really fighting an uphill battle for the entire game, because DarkWolves started off quite early with a lot of damage on the board for the enemies. And look at that arty shot. Hits him while he's moving. Just really great stuff out of scale. It's a shame he got a little bit too big for his boots, and Yui was able to capitalize on that with a kill.
Yep. There we go. So we see the post-battle stats. Well, it doesn't really matter that Moore and Bohan are up the top there for Team Efficiency.
Nope.
We had 2.4 and 2.2k damage respectively, because it was a DarkWolves win. And Caviar there, 1704 damage with the S-Tank. Obviously getting a few blind fire shots there with 20 shots fired. Honestly, Caviar didn't have that much of an impact. Like, it was really those arty Skell there in that M40, 2k damage. Well. Yeah. And I'm sure we will see Backong not too far behind Caviar there. Yeah. So overall,
just poor stuff out of Team Efficiency, really. Basic stuff as well. Just a very basic mistake, and I guess that answers the question: do they have that same perfection as EL Gaming? You'd never see EL Gaming make a mistake like that.
Yeah, well, you'd certainly hope not. And JT in that 1-2-1.
Wow.
Like, JT should be at the top of the scoreboard there for Team Efficiency, but that was just Backong shutting him down in that Chinese Tier 10 heavy. So only one shot connected for Mr. JT. Very, very poor. And at the end of the day, I mean, Bolognese didn't actually do that well either, getting caught out in the top of the track. So it was really a mixed bag there for Team Efficiency. And I don't know. Like,
yeah, they just didn't show up. They barely even played the game. They got a few good kills, and then I think it was like 4.5 minutes. You're like, all right, they can go for this cap victory. And then you said DarkWolves, they moved the S-Tank down. So it's just like, what are they doing here? This is a bit sketchy. What's going on, DarkWolves? And then nothing for like a minute and a half, where Team Efficiency decided that they were going to win off the cap victory when it was so clear that it was going to get reset. And I guess they hoped they would kill the attacker and then go on to win for a cap victory. But Revolution, he had eyes on pretty much every single one of Team Efficiency, and saying, okay, that's where you are, that's where you are, that's where you are. I won't be there. I won't be anywhere near when you come looking.
Yeah, I think that was the other big issue at the end there as well. I mean, obviously, even if they had maybe been able to take out Revolution, then there was still an artillery piece alive for the DarkWolves. At the end, there was still Backong alive. So, you know, that was another issue for Team Efficiency that they weren't able to deal with. And, I mean, for a map that they're supposedly quite good at on paper, Steps, they've got, over 70% win rate on the Steps attack.
Not anymore, they don't.
Not anymore. Not anymore. So, yeah, very confusing. But anyways, good stuff from the DarkWolves. It is good to see that they're actually taking it to Team Efficiency here. We might have a really good game on our hands. And I'm certainly
started
off
to that. Well with them getting the boost on the first try.
Exactly.
Instead of the fourth try. So congratulations to them. They also started off very, very strong as well. They got a lot of damage on the board quite early, which put Team Efficiency on the back foot. Not something that the squads used to be playing, let alone up against DarkWolves, from behind, that is. So maybe getting into their heads early could be a good start to the series.
Maybe. Never know.
But momentum's a very big thing.
Look, we've still got, obviously, the second half on Steps to deal with. We've still got all of our other maps in the pool to deal with. So there's still a long way to go for the DarkWolves.
Can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Could have just been a bit of a blip. I like Steps defense in terms of the fact that it is quite easy to play, I think, compared to a lot of other maps. The DarkWolves did play it relatively
pretty much does half the job, well, both the jobs for you of watching 1 and 2. And then it's just like, where do you want to delegate your tanks?
Yeah. So overall good stuff there from the DarkWolves, but they will need to continue it. I think Backong played that one particularly well. Even though he's only 1300 damage, definitely made a big impact with that 1300 damage. So if they can do that again, they are going to be going with the Artie again. That's going to be Backong. Both sides actually going to be going for the Type 5 Heavy.
Alrighty. Which
is interesting. I mean, Team Efficiency, they have picked it on the defense before. It's probably going to be JT in that one, sitting all the way up where we normally see the Kranwagen behind the railway tracks. But the DarkWolves, I'm a little bit interested to see where they're going to be using that Tier 10 Japanese Heavy. It is going to be still quite useful, I think, on the attack. Obviously, it's got lots of squishy targets to shoot at. You know, those bat chats at RU251, not going to have a fun time trying to deal with the Type 5. The M40 on the DarkWolves, I think, is mainly going to be used to try and dislodge Lambert, I would say. Obviously, that Type 5 Heavy, it does have a very high profile, very wide profile, so makes it an arty target.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's a big one.
Jumping into the second half of steps here. Skell and More just going to be going for a little bit of a scouting run here. Going to get spotted both out by Yui, actually. So great stuff by him, the old 2-for-1. Doesn't look like Yui has much backup. Oh, actually, Caviar and Gomli are there. Skell and More going to have to book it to safety, get the heck out of dodge.
Well, Backlong's just fired. No, it's going to be a miss, but I think it was on the generally right angle. Although that does give the DarkWolves a little bit of an insight into what Team Efficiency was setting up, and the fact that Team Efficiency don't actually have the RU251 up on the boost yet. So that could be
Skell
used
might be
by the
going for it
DarkWolves.
now. There's not much else he's going to do. He's done this spot. He's spotted at least one member of DarkWolves, as well as nearly copping an arty shot. Looks like he is going up for the boost about now. The rest of the tank's kind of rotating around it, so I think Team Efficiency have wised up to where DarkWolves' push will be coming from.
And there we go. Skell putting himself up on the boost. That's a good little move there, and we can see that the DarkWolves already think that he's up there. So, good stuff from Team Efficiency, getting Skell up on towards the boost there. It's looking like it probably will be a 2-flag push here from the DarkWolves. Let's not forget that if the DarkWolves kind of go halfway towards a 2-flag with their Type 5 heavy, then
I love when we get like a brief insight into their minds.
Yeah.
Just by wiggling the mouse around. You know that he's either having fun or frustrated. I think every time, do you remember who it was in the first game playing the arty on mines? Hit a shot, I think it was Spencer. He'd hit a shot, then he would like zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah.
On Horseman. It was like a little bit nauseating, but you could tell he was just having a little bit of fun with his shot, showing it off any way he can.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, look, if the DarkWolves do end up pushing here towards a 2-flag, which looks like they are, then the issue is, of course, that they've got a Type 5. So once they get on towards the flag, they're pretty much committed. And that's the only kind of danger for them with that Type 5 heavy in their lineup. But look, I mean, it's not a bad move. Even if Team Efficiency know it's coming, then it's going to take quite a lot to react to it. Yeah. It's not easy to kind of dislodge a Type 5 heavy like that. Team Efficiency don't have any arty here, and the RU251 up on the boost, it's not really going to be able to do too much against the Type 5. That's facing it.
DarkWolves fresh off the first round win here. Ready and waiting, poised for their attack. I can think of no better time than to jump on in with a listen in with the DarkWolves.
나 계속 스팟 뜬다, 루야.
루가 고폭으로 캡 끊으려 하면 스팟이 뜨냐 113한테?
쏘면 뜨지 않을까?
안 뜰 수도 있는 자리가 있어.
그런 자리엔 블라인드 조지면 되지 않나?
일단 113도 그쪽에 응사해서 쏴봐. 일단 적당한 데도 얻어 걸릴 수도 있는 거니까.
괴물이다 괴물.
저 괴물을 공허로 조져. 저거 그냥 괜찮아. 캡 끊겨도
아,
돼.
저쪽에 있네.
캡 끊겨도 상관없으니까 자주포로 오시게 조져. 일단 113 계속 캡하면서.
야 바시에 있다. 어디?
거기 있는데 왜 스팟이 안 떴어?
저 끝에 있을 수도 있다 이쪽에.
거기 있을 거야. 이제 들어오겠지.
오시케비가 그냥 내 쪽으로.
일단 두발 뺐거든.
홀다운 하지 말고 140처럼 싸워 그냥.
직타 390댐 13타치.
또 튀어나왔고.
초파방인가 본데.
아직 한 번은 시간 더 써도 되거든. 한 번.
Looks like DarkWolves just going to be hanging out on the cap for now. Arty shot going into JT, not doing a whole lot. Skell finds the track onto Gomli whilst simultaneously getting the reset, so I'd chalk that up to a win.
Yep, good stuff. Good little reset there from Skell. Looks like he was maybe even heading down from the boost. But look, this isn't too bad from the DarkWolves. I mean, they're just kind of slowly edging their way into the cap. Gomli going to be getting on there with that 113. Obviously, nice tank for a hold-down position. Going to be very hard to go through that turret. So you're really only going to be able to get those low-damage resets on towards it unless JT can manage to kind of pop a derp shot from the Type 5 heavy into its face. But look at this, down the bottom there, team efficiency, their bat chats getting ready to kind of pounce on towards the DarkWolves.
Yeah, Morse copped a shot now. Him and Safi have to be careful. Only Bolognese there as well to help him, and I think they may have been caught out of position here because the DarkWolves, they look like they're about to pounce. They have 3 members ready, moving over to Moore, who is on the reload at probably the worst possible time, and Revolution Caviar Yui combo will be trying to hunt him out, and you see Revolution, he's got the Moore in his sights. Not going to find it though. He's going to be getting out a little bit early.
Oh, 2 ricochets. How do you have 2 ricochets on a batch in a row? That is insane.
The mouse transferring their power.
Yes, seriously. What? That was an Amarak.
It had to have
That
been.
was an
'cause
Amarak.
Look at his health. It went from about 98% to 0.
How are we seeing so many Amaraks? Did they buff them in the last patch? They must have.
I don't know.
Must have. I reckon.
Lady Luck is smiling, boys.
Yep. There we go. And in a sad twist of fate for the DarkWolves, team efficiency looking pretty good right now after that ammo rack, and they should be able to hold that one out now.
Yeah, they're in a great position, really. But
Oh, no, but look, JT's on fire!
He's burning!
Oh my goodness. What is happening this game? There's lots of RNG coming into play here, and it's working for both sides off and on. I think the DarkWolves now a little bit confused because they're not on the flag. They're not exerting that flag cap pressure. There's still 7 tanks up for team efficiency, so it's not going to be easy for the DarkWolves to push in.
They're moving back, and just getting confirmation it actually wasn't an ammo rack coming out.
Must have just been a massive alpha. Oh, something
Bolognese.
like that maybe.
Yeah, just big shots coming through for team efficiency. They're finding their marks here and really getting the job done onto DarkWolves, who, once again, they look like they had a great start, but as we're approaching that 7-minute mark, DarkWolves are looking like they're dwindling a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And look, the DarkWolves now, the other issue for them is that, well, they're running out of time. We've only got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left for the DarkWolves to get this win in. And I mean, they don't have that much damage left on the field. They've only got 2 bat chats, 1 object 140, and a very low type 5 heavy with a damaged gunner. So
Spit's going for those low percentage shots, and now he's on the reload.
Yep, there we go. Spits on the reload. Again, some damage off the field for the DarkWolves. So I'm really feeling confident now for team efficiency that they should be able to drive this one home. Just need to make sure not to make any mistakes and push on towards the DarkWolves. Good move from them. And the DarkWolves, look, they're retreating, which might be the right move, but at the end of the day, they're on attack. So
Oh, splash damage, not doing too much onto Bohan. I like as soon as that shot, he just kind of drives backwards a little bit in the artillery play. I think, oh, god damn it.
yeah.
The Lamb just hanging out here in his Type 5 heavy with 2 minutes left on the clock. DarkWolves, there's really a very low chance that they win this with only 4 tanks alive. I think efficiency should be ending out on steps 1-1.
Yep, I would say so as well. We can see maybe even Skell trying to get a few shots towards Lambert. And oh, that one actually went through and damaged his ammo rack, so that was good.
Yeah, Skell's been getting a lot of the piercing shots there. They're doing a little bit of damage to boot.
Yeah, it's not something that we'd really think so.
No.
But, there you go. Spitz there. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not sure what the DarkWolves are doing now. They can't just wait. They've only got a minute and 20 seconds and 7.7 thousand HP to chew through. So at this point, it's way far gone for the DarkWolves. They're just having a bit of fun shooting what they want. And we can see there that Spitz, you know, when he's aiming into that Type 5 heavy, he gets the yellow reticle. And he can't pen it from that angle. So he just decides to run away and delay the inevitable, which will be a team efficiency win here on the second half of Steps.
To think we're going to have our second timed out round already onto Steps here. We're not even seeing any mouse. What a world do we live in. DarkWolves, though, really, I feel bad for them because they had a great opening to this game. They really looked like they had a shot at winning it, but again, it wasn't Amarak onto Gomli, so I have no idea what actually went wrong from him because it looked like he was on about 95% health and he went to 0 immediately. So maybe he just got, like, pelted out.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think he probably got penned by
Oh, you think that, do you, Alex?
Yeah, I think so. Penned by JT. It's Type 5 heavy, come to think of it.
Yeah,
because,
that's a possibility.
Yeah. Which, it's a rare possibility.
Basically an ammo rock. Ammo rack.
Yeah, rare thing, because obviously that Type 5 doesn't have the greatest pen, and the 113's obviously got some armor, but that's probably what happened.
Yeah. Again, still quite an unlikely series of events for DarkWolves to experience here, especially when they had such a great start to that one. Unfortunate stuff, but we will be leaving steps 1-1.
1-1.
Better than we anticipated, considering how well efficiency usually do on steps.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, there we go. That was steps for us, and Team Efficiency going to be walking away from that a little bit disappointed, I feel, Max, because, I mean, that was a 1-1, and I feel as though on Team Efficiency's strongest map on paper, they would want that 2-0, particularly against the DarkWolves, who, you know, on Friday they did get the 2-0 against in a very convincing fashion, particularly on steps as well. But all credit to the DarkWolves, they've improved from their mistakes, and since we last saw them on steps, they did get that boost up quite effectively on the defensive side there. Let them win that one, but there on the attack, I mean, the Type 5 Heavy didn't really work.
No.
The Artie on the DarkWolves side didn't really get that many good shots. The 2 flag push didn't work either. So overall, just a few things that didn't work there for the DarkWolves.
Yeah, it's unfortunate stuff as well, because like I said, they started off that round very strong, could have potentially taken another one. That would have been huge if they were able to take 2 off of Team Efficiency on steps, especially that. Of course, next map coming up, Ghost Town. That's a great opportunity
Ghost
for
Town.
DarkWolves to potentially get another round.
Absolutely, I think Ghost Town here, I mean, after seeing how DarkWolves played in that first half of steps, it was pretty decent play for the DarkWolves. I mean, great individual play there by Back Kong, you know, and here we did see some subpar individual play from Revolution, missing those shots. And one thing that I was really, like, confused about there.
Okay, so Gomley didn't get one shot. He got chunked down to about 1k and then shot for about 1k.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Makes a bit more sense there, but yeah, one thing I was not really liking from the DarkWolves there when we went into the first-person perspective on some of their bat chats is that they weren't actually aiming in. And that's never a good idea to not aim in. You always do need to be getting in there. Whether they were using auto aim or I don't know what, but it was bad because it was missing lots of shots. So hopefully they can improve upon that on the future. But
well,
Spitz
yeah,
did pretty well on the end of it.
One bat chat is at the top of the table for DarkWolves. You know things aren't going too well.
Backong, though, again, had a good game in that M42k damage in
It didn't feel like it, though, did it?
It didn't really, no.
That's the interesting part, because you were kind of just talking about that it just wasn't really working out for him. But obviously he's hitting some shots, but maybe just a little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there, nothing to write home about.
And he set the Type 5 Heavy on fire a little bit, which helped as well. You know, damaged a few modules. So look, Backong, he can't be disappointed with what he's done. But obviously just not quite enough, and down the bottom there, some very poor damage numbers across the
Revolution and
DarkWolves lineup. And actually, JT, honestly, every time we've actually seen JT in a Type 5 Heavy, I don't actually think he's done that well. I'll go as far to say that he's not that great at the tank in general. He's good at a lot of tanks, but I think the Type 5 may just elude him a little bit. It does require a bit of a different play style.
When I think JT, I think AMX 50B.
Yeah, AMX 50B, exactly, or you know, IS4, 113, those are the heavies that he's just a little bit more confident on, but look, he still won it in the end, so, you know, can't really fault that one, I guess. But now we've got to think about the next map.
Ghost Town, the map that we kind of gave DarkWolves the edge coming into this one on, so I'd really like to see how exactly they decide to build their team around it, because we have seen it one of those mouse dominant maps where we usually see 2 to 3 per team. A couple of AMX 50Bs, maybe not, depends really on your preference.
Yeah, I feel as though here the DarkWolves, if they win a half on Ghost Town, it will be the defensive half. It is generally a bit of an easier half to manage.
True.
And also Team Efficiency are very, very strong in their defense, so we'll be very surprised to see the DarkWolves win their attack, and attack is a little bit harder on Ghost Town, I feel. Even though it is quite a symmetrical map, we've seen the DarkWolves do some weird stuff on attack before, so probably going to be looking to get the win on the defensive side, make it at least another game in this series. I know we are even at the moment, but I still feel as though Team Efficiency, they will show a little bit of dominance here, particularly on the defensive side. You know, this is where they'll start getting into the brawls, start really, you know, getting into the mouses and getting into those close quarters fights, which they really do thrive on. I'd definitely be expecting a few mouses here, maybe one Type 5 or Type 4 potentially. We still could see, say, you know, Safi potentially getting himself into a bat chat for Team Efficiency, just to get some flanks happening, I guess.
Yeah, keep in mind, Efficiency yesterday looked so good against Horsemen as well in multiple maps. So I'm really struggling to find a way that DarkWolves can get more than one round here. I think they got their one round on steps. I think that's all they're gonna get.
Yeah, you feeling this is a 2-0?
Yeah, I feel like again, it's so weird because efficiency, like they outplayed themselves on steps. So if maybe that was like the wake up call. And they're going to come back to the... I originally thought it was going to be a 5-0, to be perfectly honest. I thought efficiency, much better squad. They make small blunders, but it doesn't usually cost them too much. Yeah. But that was just an absolute misplay. Just waiting, getting timed out when you're on attack.
Yeah.
That can't
Sloppy.
be happening. It is. It's really sloppy. Not something we expect from a team like Team Efficiency's caliber. Like you think a mistake, overextending with a tank, but not letting the round time out and lose. That can't be happening, especially if you're gunning for that #1 spot on EL. So I think that was a wake-up call. They looked very, very strong on the second half of steps, maybe losing one tank, I think. Maybe not even maybe. Probably not even losing one. So coming into Ghost Town here, a map that really favors teams that got the light switched on. They know what they're doing. We've seen a lot of really good strategies involving especially the mouse coming onto Ghost Town. I just don't see a way that DarkWolves can keep up. I think they got their round and that's it.
There we go. We've got Max's prediction. It is time to find out what will be happening here, though, here on
Very
Ghost
long-winded
Town.
prediction.
Well, it could very well be a 2-0 to Team Efficiency. I'm definitely probably would be on board with you, although I think the DarkWolves could potentially take out their defense here. Let's find out as they head on to their attack first for the DarkWolves, and the DarkWolves have got a CDC.
Huh.
So
what's the purpose of a CDC on Ghost Town? Is this the first time we've seen it on Ghost Town at least?
Well, it might be actually. I don't think we've seen it too often. Like, obviously for some sort of weird CDC strat, but I don't know where they probably.
We've seen it on the Himmels, we've seen it on
We
Ruin.
might have seen it once on Ghost Town, maybe, or we've seen something used as a CDC. Probably be heading up towards the northern flag. They're the one flag.
Okay.
Just to probably get on there and die, and then put the IS-7 behind. I think that's what they're going to be doing. Which
Bit of a cheese strat?
Yeah, exactly. A bit of a cheese strat. I mean, now you sort of can do it now that the UDES isn't a must pick on the defensive side of Ghost Town. So if they're thinking along those lines of logic, then potentially it could work. But then we look at Team Efficiency's lineup
just
here.
Gunning it for the one flag already in such a ridiculous manner.
Yeah.
And you can look at Scale. They've already Team Efficiency know exactly what's coming.
Yep, exactly.
They've completely wised onto it, and then Scale on the AMX 30, he's going to be popping off shots.
Which is also something we didn't quite talk about. The fact that Scale's in an AMX 30. And yep, there we go. Yui getting himself onto the flag.
What can you do but just watch? Knowing that his point in life is to be crushed like a bug.
Well, he's on there at least, so he's achieved his purpose in life. And I also like, I do like Team Efficiency's pick of the T57 Heavy there by Granovsky. I did say it yesterday that I think now that you need all the damage you can get. Oh,
look,
his caviar just killed him.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh my
like
goodness.
Team Efficiency weren't going to do it. They were going to just wait and then reset him to make him waste more time, essentially.
I still think wouldn't have been bad. But anyways, that's right. The DarkWolves do end up getting that one. And Gomlin gets a first shot on towards Bolognese. Oh, Moore's already got his ammo rack damaged. And I think now we're just going to be seeing a bit of a slogfest here.
Yep. Heavy's fighting heavies at the moment. Caviar has been hit, so he's going to get reset off of that one. Already, this is looking bad for DarkWolves. They're down a gun, and doesn't look like their plan's working. Back on the grill, getting forced back quite heavily as well. I think Skell actually connecting with one or two.
Yeah, and there we can actually see the grill's nerf coming into play a little bit because it got its reverse speed nuked a little bit in the latest patch.
That is snail's pace.
Exactly, and back on they're really, really feeling it. But yeah, Skell actually doing a little bit of work there. Oh, can we get it? Nope. Nope. Back on. And again, that was another thing that got nerfed on the grill. The grill's dispersion on the move and that sort of thing. So
yeah, really feeling it.
Really feeling it. And right now, the DarkWolves, they are just feeling Team Efficiency's pain right now. Even Skell, I think, is getting some work done. The AMX 30, not something that we've seen peak before, but it does have a fairly respectable damage per minute if you can make that work.
Yeah, Caviar he's completely abandoned his shield at the moment because he's just getting peppered by Skell every so often that he's off reload here. And think it's about the third time he's been reset. So the DarkWolves cheese strategy really not working. They're down half HP to team efficiency right now. I think this one probably over. Both Gomley and Lambert have their gunners damaged. So yeah.
Yep,
not
there we
looking
go. And these Mousers on team efficiency just overrunning the DarkWolves there and winning all of these trades. It's not working out for them on the DarkWolves side. I mean, team efficiency, they would really like to actually get some kind of kills on the board. They haven't managed to kill any of those tier 10s yet. But at this point, I don't really think it matters. And we can see Granovsky there actually taking a few shots. Can't actually repair just yet, so he will be punished by Spitz in that AMX 50B. Not taken down.
Oh.
Skell still doing work in
Oh,
that AMX
Revolution.
30.
He's blocked his retreat. Spitz has to stay there, but here comes the Mouse along with the Type 5 Heavy that JT still trying to make work. Not doing so, unfortunately, as connects that one with Caviar, so gets the reset once again, but DarkWolves is going to be lights out for them. They are able to get one tank off the field for team efficiency, but TE will pick up the first round of Ghost Town, and really not liking that out of DarkWolves. Thought that one was a little bit even below them to try that.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, trying to go for that CDC strategy.
It's never going to work.
Exactly. There's just too many angles
And
on the flag.
It's not
there.
like team efficiency are going to be running a lineup where they have a tank that just runs in and dies. Like, they're just going to slowly encroach on you with the Mouse and eventually get the reset. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Exactly. So, not great. See all those traces pointing towards Batcong.
You are not long for this world, Batcong. You're one shot away from going down. Hey, he picks up one on Safi, so a little bit of a consolation prize there. And he's not going to have the reload off in time. And the slow march. Get him, JT. Skell ruins the fun out of that one. But yeah, I really think that strategy's below DarkWolves. Come on, guys. Like, you can't pull this stuff around here, especially when the end of the season is closing in quickly.
That's the thing. The CDC strategy, like, not only does it never really work on Ghost Town anyway, which is why we haven't seen it that often, like, it particularly doesn't work on Ghost Town in this patch, because when you think about it, the idea of it is to get a very powerful tank like that IS-7 in behind that can, you know, very rarely get penned and get so much cap pressure that you force the other team into positioning very badly in order to get the reset. But that was never, ever going to be the case, because there was always going to be at least one Type 5 or at least one Type 4 Heavy on the team efficiency lineup. So there, instantly, there goes any sort of pressure that you would have had by doing that IS-7 CDC strategy. Instantly. So there is no actual reason.
It was never going to work. It was never going to work. It was always just a pipe dream. And again, I think that's DarkWolves. Come on, what are you doing? What are they doing? This is team efficiency that they're going up against. They showed us that they can beat them on a pretty standard map. On steps. Everything went their way. They played it out perfectly. They didn't need any cheese strategies. They didn't need to try and throw a curveball. They just played tanks their way and won it. Obviously, the second half of steps, they could have done it too. A few bad luck happened on their part and didn't go the way. But I don't know. I just feel like if they're going to keep their dream alive in this series, if they're really in with a competitive shot, they can't be taking these just like very low percentage strategies that team efficiency just aren't going to fall for.
And it's not. I don't even think it's possible to fall for it, to be honest.
Yeah,
so, like,
they had the AMX. I don't remember which type of AMX it was now. 120.
30. AMX 30.
Oh, 30. Sorry.
Yeah,
AMX
and
30.
That did really well. I mean, look,
so many AMXs. I can't even keep track.
Like, there we go. We can see those tank picks of team efficiency paying off. Look, they went with that T57 Heavy. That did work. And again, I will stand by the fact that in this new patch, the T57 Heavy, particularly on these brawly sort of maps, is now a good pick. Granovsky proving that they're 2,800 damage, second on the scoreboard, even though he died, you know, fairly into the battle. He was the only one that actually died on team efficiency, so he wasn't alive till the end of it. Still managed to get 2.8k. Very good. Skell there in that tier 9 AMX 30. I don't mind it. Like, we haven't seen it before. I think up against Bat Chats, the AMX 30 isn't good. That's why we probably haven't seen it before. But up against these Mousers, look, it's got a decent amount of pen, 320 on its gun. It's got a pretty high DPM, over 2.4 thousand damage per minute. So it can, you know, it can melt through stuff, which is basically what Skell was doing there. That's why he's on the top 7 on the scoreboard. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that again from Team Efficiency, maybe even some other teams. I think that's a great adaptation to the patch.
Yeah, I really think of smart stuff coming out of Efficiency. Like, clearly, they've done their research.
Yeah.
To be able to discover these things very early on, got to throw massive props to them for their research that they've done. And yeah, Yui, of course, his job was to die. He died, and then did his kind of corpse really didn't do anything either. Wasn't blocking shots. I think they got the reset maybe 4 or 5 times. The
just don't
grill as well.
understand.
Like, we saw the nerfs in action there. If you ever question, is the grill
Exactly,
still viable?
exactly.
Have a look
That-
at that game. Have a look at the reverse.
Yeah, it's still viable, but it's so much more situational, I feel now as well, and it needs to be played like to the new patch. You can't, like what Batcong was doing, or was it Batcong in the grill? Whatever, what the DarkWolves member who was playing the grill was doing there was not playing it to the new patch. He you know, reversed a little bit, moved his turret, and then shot before he'd stopped and actually aimed in. Before the patch, when the grill's dispersion wasn't that high on the move, etc., on turret move, and you probably could have done that. You probably could have got away with it. But after the patch, you need to aim in more. It's as simple as that. And you need to be a little bit more mindful that you're not like a rocket engine going backwards, and you can't just instantly duck back behind the hill. So you are a lot more vulnerable, and that was essentially 2 shots that were missed because of the new patch and the grill. So 1,500 damage.
Just complete straight off the table there. Oh, DarkWolves going for a little bit of a more standard pick
Okay.
in the new meta. Triple mouse, 2 Type 4 heavies, an AMX-50B, and a Bat Shat. Of course, on the opposite side, they got 3 mouse of their own, though.
Yeah, basically the same picks here.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Although
Go for the
Team
Type 5 instead
Efficiency,
of the Type
yeah,
4.
Team Efficiency going to be going for the Tier 10 Japanese heavy. DarkWolves going to be going for the Tier 10 Bat Chat and the 2 Tier 9 Japanese heavies. So fairly similar. Team Efficiency do have that extra little bit of mobility in those Bat Chat APs, but honestly, looking at the DarkWolves lineup, they're really going to have to use that mobility. Otherwise, those Bat Chat APs won't do anything. So really going to be looking for those flanks for Skell and Safi to actually make a bit of an impact. Obviously, that Bat Chat AP, one of the things that it really does struggle with the new patch, and why it's almost like an indirect nerf to the Bat Chat APs, is because, of course, it doesn't have the best penetration. The Bat Chat 25T AP on its top gun, even with gold shells, it's only going to be getting about, 263 average penetration with that 100mm gun. And you compare it to everything else, which is going to have over 300 here.
It's going to have a tough time dealing with 3 mouse.
Time.
So obviously its objective is to go for the other tanks on the field, but what's really left for him to go for? They've got 2 Type 4 heavies as well. Maybe the 50B and the Batshot Tier 10.
Yeah, exactly. They need to be going for the 50B. They need to be going for the Tier 10 Bat Chat. Maybe trying to get behind the mouse, maybe.
Maybe. I guess they have the mobility to work with here. It's just whether or not they can go Team Efficiency into taking a fight that they don't want to take and allowing them to get the flank. And I think Team Efficiency, they're not a team that won't expect that. They'll see the lineup and they'll think, oh, they have 2 Tier 9, is Tier 9 or Tier 8? I can't remember. The Batshot.
Batshot AP?
Yeah.
Tier 9.
Tier 9. They got 2 Tier 9 Batshot APs. We're going to know what they're going to play with. They're going to go for the flank. They're going to try and catch us out. And it's not going to work.
There we go. So, JT in that Type 5 heavy. Going to be looking down a little bit of a road there. Yui going to be looking down a road as well. And we're not seeing any rushes from Team Efficiency. They're just playing a little bit slow. They can afford to do that as long as they don't keep on trading out like that with Granovsky in his mouse. I think right now Backong's in a pretty good spot for his Batchat. He's going to be able to spot out the Batchats rotating in from Team Efficiency. Safi there does actually get spotted.
That's right. We have the artistic observers now.
Yeah.
Once Jordan's back there. Likes to get the real artsy shots. And I think it's the meta for it. Definitely has some time to work with here as hitting that 3-minute mark. No one's really gone for a play land, but slowly but surely moving his way on up. He will get met by a little bit of resistance. Backcom, this could potentially be the flank he was looking for. If they're able to find the way back onto the mouse, that could be huge.
Yeah, interesting that Backcom didn't even try and go for one of those shots now. Instead, actually just opting to rotate Would have liked to have maybe seen one shot from him, but anyways, not a big issue either way. We are going to be seeing Team Efficiency pushing in. It's looking like a bit of a 2-flag push here, but I like how Team Efficiency aren't actually going to the 2-flag here. They're still definitely looking for a damage victory, a kind of combat victory.
Lambert going to roll his way back to safety for now. JT not getting too much damage down in the Type 5 Heavy. And yeah, I'm really thinking that this just isn't his style at the moment. And I wonder if that's going to inhibit Team Efficiency later on. Or if he's going to put in the hours, put in the practice to really learn this tank and make it work for him. Because we're not saying that it's a bad tank. It's just JT not being able to pilot it very well.
The Type 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting
He's
to
the
see how he
man on
does
the
in
top
this
of the
one.
damage dealt chart, and lately his damage dealt has been less than optimal.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. So let's see if he can come back into this one. Granovsky, though, taking damage to the driver, which isn't ideal, and JT actually missing that one again. There you go.
It's just really not working out for him, and I can feel the struggle right now coming out of JT as he's just getting copped and copped and copped. Oh, here comes a little bit of a push actually from DarkWolves. They may have caught out Granovsky here more, and Bolognese may have caught out Spitz, though, who's very, very low health. That's the last shot coming through. He finally goes down as Bolognese picks that one up in the mouse. DarkWolves first tank off the field for them. Revolution maybe the next one on the firing lines. Granovsky takes him out. JT finally hits a shot with a little bit of damage behind, of course, blocking out that one. Yui trying to keep his lower tiers safe. Or rather, trying to shoot someone on the side of Team Efficiency, but it's looking quite finished for DarkWolves once again. Yep, that's the 2-0 and Ghost Town.
Yep, it's looking a lot like that. DarkWolves only with 3 tanks left. I mean, unless they can pull off something big, the only good thing they have going for them at the moment is that Team Efficiency, 2 of their tanks are those Batchat APs, so they're really going to have to kind of get behind the back of the Mouses. And maybe if they can take out a few more tanks before then, but it's just not looking like it's happening. All of Team Efficiency's tanks are in positions to deal damage here. They're dealing the damage, they're taking down these DarkWolves tanks, and...
Caviar, I can't tell if he died from the fall or from the shot. Probably the shot.
Yeah, I think so, but...
2 tanks left on the field for the DarkWolves, and they're just going to get pelted by every which way from Efficiency, and really good Ghost Town coming through here. It looked like DarkWolves may have caught Efficiency napping when they went for that little bit of a aggressive play here, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, there we go. So good play there from Team Efficiency. That is going to clean them up 3-1 and end Ghost Town with a 2-0, which isn't too surprising, to be honest. I mean, that weird strategy there in that first half of Ghost Town, followed up by that defense, which wasn't really too tight at all. I think the DarkWolves really needed to kind of deny Team Efficiency with a little bit more movement. TE could basically move wherever they wanted in that first half of that one.
They pretty much had free reign of Ghost Town, and just not working out. When you give a team who know what to do with every advantage that they want, you tend to lose the round.
Yep, that's what happened there. So very well played by Team Efficiency. Although again, JT was still struggling going in for those trades against the Mouse. I mean, the Type 5 Heavy is always going to struggle with the Mouse in terms of trading, just because it's got a derp gun. You know, that derp gun isn't going to do too well against the Mouse's armor, so you can't really blame him in some ways, but
at least the rest of the team is picking up the slack.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not slack as in, like, they need JT to win, but he's such a high damage performer that obviously if they're putting him on a different role, it's great to see that the other members can still make up that missing damage that JT would normally be contributing with.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, look, there we go. That was that one there, and I think Team Efficiency going to be pretty happy with that result on Ghost Town. And they're adapting well. I feel, you know, they picked that T57 Heavy in that first half there. That was a great adaptation to the new meta. We saw in the second half there, well, let's see in the second half there some of the Team Efficiency's big plays. Granovsky there getting some good shots. Revolution made a mistake. He pushed up, and one of those Batchat APs of Team Efficiency was just able to light up a whole clip into him. Big mistake. Essentially, DarkWolves just played into Team Efficiency's hands there.
Yep, that's where it all went wrong for DarkWolves, and you can see the rest of Efficiency just cleaning up, and a bit of star points coming out of Bohan. Finishes off here in Lambert. Getting a lot of damage on the board, but that's irrelevant, unfortunately, as pretty sure it was him who was just shooting into JT the whole time.
Yeah, I think so. And look, that really shouldn't be allowed to happen by the DarkWolves. I'm just looking there at Skell and Safi's damage. You know, that 2.6k, 2.6k, that shouldn't. It just shouldn't happen against Mousers. You know, you should try and take advantage a little bit more and not let those Batchat APs get free damage, which they don't actually deserve with their guns, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
So-
they are. I think again, this patch is very team fire oriented. We need to have the find the Mouse's vulnerabilities, and then these Bat APs can really shine. It's those teams that can capitalize and utilize the tanks that maybe most people are just going to be brushing off like we did. We thought, oh, the Bat AP is going to struggle here. But like you said, look at those high damage numbers that those two tier 9s were able to output on tanks that they realistically had no business doing that much damage to.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, when Revolution drives forward and like directly into a Bat AP's firing line in an AMX 50B, then yeah, that's going to work for them, I guess. So, well played by the Bat APs, and Spit's in that Type 4 heavy with 655 damage dealt. Not a great amount either.
yeah.
Like, he should have been the one. Him and Yui should have been the ones just trying to go for the Bat APs and trying to just pop them. You know, send a shot into him, send him sky high, sort of thing. But not going to be happening. JT though, lowest damage dealer for team efficiency again.
That's a sentence we're not used to saying, Alex.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah, it is. Not a sentence that we're used to saying. Sorry, I just confused myself a little bit.
There's no need for that, Alex. This is a very, very chill show. No one's going to be judging you. Jordan's not here, Alex. It's a fun show now.
He's always here.
He's always here. He's the one popping up. It used to be the Go-Go Gadget factoid where we would have your, little facts and hints
We've
and
still got
whatnot.
Go-Go Gadget
I haven't seen
factoids.
one in a while.
Well, like
Feels
put
like
them up.
Jordan's taken over that thing. So if you guys are listening back there, I want an Alex fact for the next game.
Yeah,
Please.
make
Get
it
us-
happen, lads.
Bring back the sweaty Blakey.
I've seen that. I've started seeing that image pop up on a few World of Tanks streams recently. I think Valeru, another guy that somehow managed to get my likeness on their stream. It's also a Slack emote here at work. And,
Oh, well.
it's a very popular one. It's great.
Privilege then to have the sweaty Blakey is something you can claim here on the show. Oh, not even on the show, but it's like you said, it's seeping into many aspects of your life now. It's
Anyways,
haunting you.
I think we should probably move on from emotes and start talking about the next map.
What do we got?
Which is going to be...
Don't remember off the top of my head, I'm afraid.
Rocky, how can you forget? It's
Wait a second, it's
Prokhorovka.
coming to me. It's Prokhorovka.
Oh, yeah, I just said it, so, you know.
Look, it's Jordan's the one that writes down the maps when he's on the show. We just wing it, Alex.
Exactly. But, look, Prokhorovka next, I think that is going to be a struggle for the DarkWolves. They're never typically good on these more open maps. In saying that, they did actually win steps. So, I think team efficiency here, looking at their win rate in Prokhorovka, very strong in the Prokhorovka attack. They've got an over 70% win rate with that, 63% win rate on the Prokhorovka defense. It's a map that they feel fairly comfortable on. Bohan's probably going to be getting himself into a heavy. Maybe JT's going to be getting himself into a heavy as well. What heavy that is, I mean, you can still pick a mouse on Prokhorovka, particularly the defense. I think it'll still work if you're going for a kind of tighter defense.
Have we seen Proc on the new patch yet? I don't think we
Good
saw it
question. It's a good
yesterday.
question,
I'm
actually.
pretty sure we didn't see it yesterday.
Yeah, we may not have.
So this will be our first broadcasted Proc map on the new patch.
Tell you what is going to be happening though on Prokhorovka, and I actually wouldn't even be surprised to see a tier 10 artillery piece, but I will almost guarantee the DarkWolves here, no matter what side they're on, they're going to be picking an arty. Prokhorovka, the perfect map for it, of course, very wide, not that much artillery cover, and if you pick a tier 10 arty here, I mean, it doesn't, like, often the cover on Prokhorovka is so small that a tier 10 arty is still going to be able to splash you, you know, something like a Conqueror gun carriage. So I'd really like to see that coming out of the DarkWolves here. Whether they will or not, whether they feel as though it's worth locking in a tier 10 and not wasting, but using all 10 tier points for that. Don't know. It is a bit of a big gamble, but I think they did it in Season 1 before, so maybe.
Well, we've already seen them rock out with a tier 10 artillery yesterday. I don't remember
Exactly,
if it was DarkWolves,
exactly,
but someone,
on-
did someone play that?
Yeah, was it DarkWolves? I've
No.
forgotten. Yeah, it was Ruinberg.
Ruin, but there it was. It didn't
Yeah.
work out too well for them, but wasn't the map to be. And I think yesterday you also said it was Proc that we could potentially see it on then. So again, we'll have to wait and see if it comes to light.
Hoping it will. I would love
Be
to see some
exciting.
big tier 10 arty shots, but let's find out. We are going to be seeing No, just the good old-fashioned tier 8 arties on both sides. of
We
team
were wondering if
efficiency. Yeah,
we would see how many Mouses we would see on Proc. It looks
That's-
like 5.
that's quite funny.
That's 5, Alex.
Yeah, team efficiency. Just go with 5 Mousers, because why not? They're Mousers. They're amazing right now. Lorraine and the Bat Chat. Right now, the only... Look, it's all well and good having like a meme strat like that, but the only issue is that those Mousers, if the Bat Chat goes down, don't have that much view range, which could lead to quite a bad situation.
Well, they're on the defense, so they never have to hunt, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Because usually we see that be the bane of the attacker's existence, is when they lose their scouting tanks and they've only got a few heavier tanks with lower view ranges left on the field, and there's just no chance they're going to be able to find any of the defenders. But at least this time, the enemy has to come to them.
Yep, there we go. So...
And most of the time, it doesn't even matter if you can see the mouse. Seeing it's half the battle, penning it's the other half.
Exactly. So right now, I'm going to be seeing team efficiency just setting up very defensively with those Mousers all around that one flag, which isn't too surprising, setting Bolognese up on the rail tracks. And, you know, we can actually see there the issue for team efficiency. They just got spotted out, their mouse, and Caviar is not spotted out. And their mouse has just taken the first bit of damage. And Caviar is still not going to be spotted out because he's in a back chat. So that's the thing that they do have to be careful
Yeah.
of.
Well, as we get this game underway, let's jump on board with Team Efficiency's listening to see how they plan on utilizing the 5 mouse combo.
Oh, I can't shoot that. I can't see that.
Yeah, so they've got stuff on the hill. It's on the 9 line as well. I assume they've pushed up to the 0 line now.
Do I need Tundra? I can't see shit. There's too many trees.
Can respotted. So there's Artie's still at. He's now at K2 in the bushes. Batchet on the hill, 0 line. Batchet on the hill.
You hit Mars,
0
you
line.
hit Mars for 300s.
You do a bit more damage scale.
I don't think my shells are big enough.
But obviously, just so you know, Batchet at A0.
I thought you were professional.
I am, but
Evolutions.
Oh,
there.
you just blind fire that. That's good.
There's only one Badger. There's like.
But obviously, can you blind fire A0?
I'm doing that.
I'm really afraid of getting fucking counterbatted. Because I got no vision right in front of me at all. No, I have no cover here. Like, I don't...
Well, go further behind us. Like, go there.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's 3
you
minutes
must
and we are full
Mars,
HP.
Mars. Type 5. Badger.
Got spotted.
As soon as you click this match.
So they still probably going to attack on the one.
Arts fired.
Yeah.
From K2 still. Still K2.
Do you get spotted or something?
Is there any...
I think your assumption was right, Alex. The one resource that Efficiency don't have is vision. And they're really struggling with that. You can hear a lot of, I assume he's there. I think he's there. I can't see this. I can't see that. Too many trees. And what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. So right there we can see JT. He's still spotted out. And I think maybe Gomley, if he fires, he probably will be spotted in that Type 5 heavy. But for now, not going to be the case. And oh, yep, that's going to be a big hit on towards JT from the M40. The DarkWolves side, Backong, he is always going to be the one that deals a lot of damage. And look, now I'm starting to get a little bit more worried for team efficiency, because if the DarkWolves push up here and get all of their tanks in a position to deal damage, then particularly if that STRV doesn't get spotted, then that is going to be a lot of DPM on the field for the DarkWolves that team efficiency just won't be able to deal with quite as well.
Trying to get some damage out here and there. They've maybe found a few good shots onto Revolution, who's forced to back his way off in the bat chat. Gomley now being spotted out, and you can see they're turning the artillery over to there.
Yeah.
T5 Heavy leading the charge. Could see a shot going out here. Just needs to wait to predict his movement.
Oh, come
Still
on,
holding
Skill.
that shot. There we go.
Yep. There we go. Good little shot there by Skell. And in the meantime, I'm not too sure what those two DarkWolves guys in the center of the map are doing. Caviar and one other. Just
They're doing
kind of,
nothing.
yeah, not really doing too much. They have been spotted now, though. Gomley's still doing a good job of kind of not taking that much damage, I guess, because JT's taking a bit.
Yeah, feels like DarkWolves, they're fighting up against a wall right now, but the wall shoots back. And that's what Team Efficiency are doing. They're connecting their shots whenever DarkWolves overstep a little bit and get spotted. So they're making use of their low view range.
Oh,
JT gets smacked again.
Yeah, JT's not having a fun time against that artillery pace. Look at all of those, you know, bullet holes or shell holes in his hull right there. Or in his turret even. So it's not looking too good, but there we go. Gomley actually takes 2 more shots and suddenly he's only 1 shot from death.
Yep,
Granovsky
he goes
to
down.
finish him off.
JT's got to be careful. He's going to be using Bohan as a portable shield for now. Moore moving his way on up. Caviar will be spotting him out soon enough. Looks like Moore's copping a shot here and there. He's got to be careful that Caviar doesn't go for the play.
This is interesting. I'm not too sure if the SDRV has shots, because if Spitz actually has shots here, then this is really, really dangerous for the guys on Team Efficiency. And I mean, just taking a look, Spitz now. Oh no!
Oh,
He
that's
does have
a
shots
lot
now.
of damage. The S-Tank is off the field as Bohan picks that one up. Now Lambert may be the next one in the firing line. Revolution cops, and he cops another one. He goes down to Moore's batchet from quite a way away, but here comes Moore on the flank. He should be able to pick up Lambert here, and another round going to Team Efficiency. As they march on in and clean it up, Skell with the Lorraine will be picking up Lambert to finish things off here. Yui, Caviar, and Batcong, last 3 tanks left on the field. Yui, you're not long for this world, buddy. Once Moore's off the reload, he should be able to hunt and kill the remaining 3 tanks for the DarkWolves. A very poorly played mid-game on Prokhorovka tonight.
I just don't know where Spitz was in that. Like, Spitz was in the STRV 103B. He was in a perfect position to get lots of damage out, but I just did not see him have much of an impact. And he needed to. He really did.
He did.
So,
look, that's just how things go sometimes, and maybe they're going to return kill onto Moore. Nope, Caviar's out of bullets. Out of shells, rather. As Moore should have no trouble cleaning up, as I say that he's missing a few shots right here. Shot coming through from Skell. Not going to connect. Caviar on 25 hit points. Do you know that 25 in hit points means tons, Alex?
there you go.
Batcong will be the last player left alive any second now.
Yeah, Batcong. Oh, gets a nice little
shotguns
shot
him.
into Safi.
Oh, Caviar!
Oh, good
Died
stuff,
in a
Caviar.
blaze of glory. Ever seen Thelma and Louise? Well, you have now.
There you go. There you go. So a very solid win there from Team Efficiency, and I mean, I didn't think it was going to go quite as well for them as it actually did, because I thought, you know, Spitz in the STRV could have really pumped out the damage without being spotted, but obviously as soon as he was spotted, then that was curtains for him. Because that S-Tank, unless it is facing directly at you, and maybe unless you're firing heat back at it, it is not very durable at all. So
yeah, I really don't know what went wrong. Like you said, he was in a good position to get out the damage. Maybe just got flanked by one of the bat shats, well, the only bat shat on the side of Efficiency. I don't know, maybe he just got found out by the Artie. Who knows? There was a lot of possibilities for it to go wrong.
It was indeed. So there we go. That was that first half on Prokhorovka there, going very convincingly to Team Efficiency and proving that all you need is 5 mouses. Or was it 6?
They had 5. They
5.
had the mouse and Artie and the bat shat.
Exactly.
But look, just got a word from behind the scenes there. JT blocking about 2.3k damage.
Oh yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not a massive amount. I would expect a little bit more than that.
Oh, you want more? I'll give you more. Land
Yeah?
at 3,400.
Oh, there you go. 3.4k, that's better. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's semi-expected, I guess, because those tanks were pushing up, and it wasn't a high sort of hit rate sort of push there. You know, people were firing shots knowing that some of them wouldn't pan.
And how do you feel, Alex, about tanks being able to block about as much damage as they deal?
Oh, I play lots of tanks like that, so I love it. I think it's great. I play the AT2, which you get into a top tier game with that one, and it'll block any amount of damage. I'll play the well, some of the other ATs do that a little bit. I've played the Kranwagen before. You can do that. What else? Some of the other tanks I play which have just escaped me. The Object 263 can do that. But yeah, overall, Skell in that rain actually doing work, even though
Backcom doing work as well.
Even though his shells weren't big enough, apparently.
Yeah, that was
doing work.
that was it. We had some funny comms going on there. Skell, can you do more damage? Oh, my shells aren't big enough, mate.
Oh, it's always good to listen into the team efficiency bants. But yeah, look, I mean, Backcom, honestly, like, if you put Backcom into any other team, he would just chop as an arty player, and he would, he would be a good addition to any other team in the league. Unfortunately, the rest of his team letting him down by not being in the top 7 damage charts very often at all. But for a tier 8 arty to actually get top damage in this sort of a game is actually really impressive. Obviously, those mouses were perma-spotted. That does make it very easy. But look at that. That is very poor by Spitz. Very, very poor. And I don't know how many of those shots were blind fires, but there can't have been that many because the mouse was always spotted.
Yeah, you're right.
So for Spitz to get 1,100 damage with 16 shots fired, like, you're not shooting a bad gun. It's got 350 mils a pen, like, which is on average 20 more than the general average that we're used to seeing in these games. So that's actually really bad by Spitz in that S-Tank.
Yeah, unfortunately, really struggling to find his mark. And like you said, there was no reason that he should have been. He pretty much had free targets lit up the whole time without any rebuttal because we heard from the mouth of efficiency themselves, I can't see anything.
Yeah, like, there was no reason that Spitz there shouldn't have dealt more than 3,000 damage. So just
You
like
win
that,
some, you lose some.
and I don't know whether maybe, like, I'm not an S-Tank player, and to play the S-Tank, you do actually need to be an S-Tank player. It's not the sort of tank that you can just jump into and be like, oh yeah, I'll just play. I play tank destroyers. You need to actually play the S-Tank, and whether Spitz maybe, I mean,
So we've seen the name in the
too far
past.
forward.
You playing in Gold League now, there's no excuse.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you should have taken a few lessons from Mr. Madhouse on how to play the S-Tank on Prokhorovka attack, because Madhouse can certainly do it.
Yeah.
He can do it better than that. I think he was probably just a little bit too far forward as well, to get spotted.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of factors at play. Like you said, it's really one of the tanks that you've got to put in the hours to learn the intricacies of, and realistically, these players, they don't have any excuse to not be masters all tanks when a lot of money on the line, a lot of prestige on the line. You really have to have a full arsenal full of tanks to choose from.
Yeah, and I think the S-Tank, it's definitely worth having a dedicated player in your team for the S-Tank, because even after this latest patch, there's nothing wrong with picking an S-Tank, It's a very good tank still, and situationally, it can be made to work. So, look, I definitely think that potential improvement which you could see moving forward from the DarkWolves. They now at least should know that after looking at those damage stats.
Yeah.
But into the second half of Prokhorovka now.
How many mouse do you think DarkWolves will be playing on defense?
Not 5.
Not 5. 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. So, not 5 mouses. They've got 4 mouses, 2 bat chats, and the artillery piece.
If you asked me which map we would see 4 to 5 mouse on, my pick wouldn't be Prokhorovka, Alex.
Yeah, you don't reckon?
I would have said Himmels.
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you don't need a move, which DarkWolves don't, on the defense here on Prokhorovka, the mouse is honestly fine, and that's the other issue with the mouse is it's a little bit too versatile at the moment, I would say, which is why these teams are picking it. It's a very strong tank, and I think one of the issues you would think obviously would be, say, the view range of the mouse, but it's actually got 400 view range. Which, if I was looking at the mouse and if I was thinking, well, what needs to be changed about it, maybe the view range, because 400 is good for a heavy tank. It's perfectly fine, and that could be a nice little way to improve it.
Yeah, way to give it a little bit of soft nerf there without just removing its identity that they've established here. But I think we skimmed over a little bit of team efficiency here. They got JT on the S-Tank. They got Granovsky on the Grill 15 here. So maybe we'll get our masterclass in how to play that S-Tank from the highest damage dealer in the league.
Yeah, look, I'm really interested to see how Team Efficiency play this S-Tank here, and also the grill to an extent. Granovsky, it looks like he's just going to be heading up towards the hill in the grill there, which, I mean...
Hill in the grill.
Probably what we expect. The grill does do really well on the hill up there. Obviously one of the most accurate tanks in the game, along with the S-Tank. So, good stuff. I like how Team Efficiency have picked this Tier 8 Scout as well, because... Again, you can really use that Scout to help out your S-Tank, to help out your grill.
Really doesn't fear the getting spotted right now. He knows that they're either too slow to get up to that A0 line. And you heard last round, Team Efficiency really struggling to get vision on that A0 line and constantly calling out for blind fires to come there, please. Can we get some shots up there? Can we do some damage? Because we think a Bat Shatter's hiding there. And this time, they're the ones that are going to be utilizing the U251 there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can see JT, they're just getting a few blind fire shots. That is what the S-Tank is good at. And these mouths are slowly moving up. And I like this setup a little bit more from the attackers this time. Team Efficiency. I think pushing down the one line with the mouse is always asking for a little bit of trouble. But, oh, more dodging that one nicely.
He's all right. Cops one in the back end, but it's not too much damage being
Honestly,
dealt.
if I was Team Efficiency, I'd try and head towards the 2 flag here and maybe try and make that work, because there's obviously no one there whatsoever. Gomley is up on the rail tracks, but I mean, it's obviously not easy to rotate mouses, but I think it would be possible.
Rotate a mouse. Who'd have thought? I think we saw that happen yesterday on Ruinberg, and it just didn't work out. You really got to make up your mind about where you're going to be positioning those mouses and live with your decision. But kind of reverse strategies being dunked out here as Team Efficiency. They've got the S-Tank this time around nowhere near as far up as DarkWolves made the mistake of placing theirs. We'll have to see if they can utilize it a little bit more. 4 minutes, 3.5 rather, in the game. Not too much has gone on. Revolution's copped a shot. Bolognese and more, being tickled once or twice. Granovsky in the grill 15. Slowly but surely making his way up, and great spotting coming out of Skell.
Yep. There we go, Skell. Obviously, he's probably not going to be going for any shots anytime soon. But Gomley, oh, actually, yeah, looks like they're shooting a bit of HE at Gomley potentially, unless that was just a random arty shot, which I think could be a good idea.
Well, they don't have an arty on Team Efficiency, so that'd be bizarre,
true,
wouldn't it?
True. So yeah, it looks like they are just shooting some HE. I like that. Kind of slowly whittling him down a little bit.
Look, I really feel like that's the most effective way to deal with the mouse from that range is just get the guaranteed damage down. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps.
And Backong so far hasn't had that much of an impact in that artillery piece. Obviously, we just saw him kind of missing there, only dealing about 60 damage.
Bolognese copped one though, so I don't know if that's come from him.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was an arty or just regular shots. But the issue now for Team Efficiency that they need to start thinking about is how they're actually going to get the damage down, or how they're actually going to get the win happening. And I think putting Skell here onto the flag could be quite a good idea, but is he? Yes, he is. Okay.
He's just finding a nice little nook to hide in.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, Bolognese reversing his way to safety here. Team Efficiency haven't really done too much, but I do like where they've placed Skell and where the rest of their tanks are. It's going to force DarkWolves to either go up on that A6 crossing or go down and face the wrath from Team Efficiency. So playing this quite well.
Yep, I'm liking that. Oh, and there we go. Great shot from the grill there into the side of Lambert's turret.
Yeah, you very rarely see a mouse get hit for anything above 400. So.
And there we go. Lambert going to be rolling around. Gomley as well. He's doing a good job of staying alive, but he isn't doing a good job of doing much. But look at this. We are going to be seeing a bit of a push coming in on the other side.
They could have caught out Safi and JT here, but Bolognese and Bohan, well, the big brothers come to play. They're not going to let the small little Batshats get bossed around and bullied out. Caviar Trying to look for something. Has he been spotted? Yes, he has. Bohan and Bolognese, they're tracking in slowly but surely. They've got to be careful on the side of DarkWolves here. This is going to get caught completely out. Caviar, one more shot from death. He goes down. JT picks it up with the S-Tank. Now Revolution in a world of hurt. 1 second, and the Mouse should be cleaning that one up. It's more in the 113 who gets the killing blow. Let's see if Bolognese can bounce a few to get back to safety, but on board here with more in the 113. He's driving up, wants to get a couple of shots down on 2 Spits.
Yep, there we go.
Connect.
Should be able to get that one. Yep, gets it into the lower front plate of the Mouse. Fairly good pen there from Mr. Moore, and just like that, DarkWolves with both of their bat chats down, that is so much damage off the field, and you know, I'm not sure if Lambert's in a position.
Here comes Skell.
I think Skell just ricocheted a friendly shot, did he, or did I just miss something? I'm not sure. Anyways,
Surely
Skell
not.
wants damage. Skell wants damage, so he's gonna be farming.
Well, look,
oh,
there's-
he wants the arty.
Oh,
Skell, yes.
Skell. You slide dog, you.
Oh, and he misses his first shot. That's a bit embarrassing, but
Oh, JT, another kill for him with
Yep.
the S-Tank. Really doing work here, and he knows that the Artie is on the reload. Oh, no, he killed it. Never mind. Artie's gone. Spotted it out. Easy kill for the rest of the team. Gronowski in at the grill 15. Doing work. Another great shot onto Gomley for about 700. Give or take. And yeah, this is looking pretty much over for the DarkWolves. I think they're going to go down 5-1 here, of course. Exceeding expectations from us at the desk.
yep.
Still,
Hook 'em in.
long way to go for the DarkWolves tonight.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all well and good that they picked up one game, but I think that was definitely more due to team efficiency's mistakes than any amazing play from the DarkWolves. So,
Letting the timeout run out there, just you can't have that happening.
yep, there we go. JT,
Third kill of the game.
I'm sure JT will be quite high in the damage charts with
About
this
time
S-Tank.
too, Alex.
It is about time, and surprise, surprise, you put him in an S-Tank and not in a Type 4 or a Type 5, and he does work.
Well, that's going to be the game. Team Efficiency take it 5-1 over the DarkWolves, who, again, they got a lucky round out. I don't think they earned that one. I think Team Efficiency kind of gifted that one over, but Team Efficiency can be happy with the 3 points nonetheless. It helps them catch up to EL. Like you said, they were nearing that 40-point margin, so they're getting closer and closer every day.
Yep, there we go. Good stuff there from Team Efficiency, and, well, 5-1, like we said, very convincing win for them.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess the DarkWolves really not adapting too well to the
No,
current game.
they're not feeling it.
You know, it's like we thought maybe because they sort of like to play those really heavy, really slow strategies prior to the mouse buff, that maybe they'd be coming into this, you know, post-patch kind of situation looking a little bit better.
I mean,
but
it's one thing to play it, but it's the other thing is to play against it as well. So that's
Yep,
where I
yep.
feel like a lot of teams are struggling. You've got those players that, yeah, they can play a great mouse, they can play a great heavy, slow style, but how do they actually play against it? How do they get the angles down with their lower tier tanks? How do they make the Batchat AP shine the way that Team Efficiency are finding?
yeah, that's the issue, I guess, with lots of these teams, and I think as well as that, the DarkWolves here, they really do need to, well,
Get their
again,
act
it's a
together,
little bit late, but they do need to, for let's think about next season or whatever, they need to get their mechanical skill a little bit up, because we saw that game, particularly now that we've got first person in, it kind of, you know, pulls the covers off a little bit in terms of, you know, being able to see exactly how every single individual player plays, which before we haven't really had the chance to see live on the broadcast. So it's a really great feature having first person in there. Unfortunately for the DarkWolves, it does show a little bit more of where they kind
Where
of
they
drop
go
off
wrong.
a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
where they miss those shots, where they don't aim in. Some silly stuff like that, which can definitely be improved upon for the future.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to seeing DarkWolves hopefully improve in the future. So just the back end of the Artie getting taken down, and another kill for JT on that one. And he's going to be very high up on the damage dealt chart. And there he is, the S-Tank and the Grill 15 really paying dividends.
Yep, absolutely. Good
and
stuff.
I think that comes back to my point about knowing how to play against these slow-moving tanks, knowing how to get the angles and find the penetrations.
Yep. Here we go. So on their side, JT 3.4k damage. Granovsky in that grill definitely did work. He got into some good positions. He was able to get some shots onto the you know, the side of some of those Mouse's turrets. Good stuff from him. Bohan, obviously, you know, the heavy tank of a Team Efficiency, 2.6k damage. Can't complain about that. Lambert, you know, he does generally do pretty good for the Dark Wolves, so not too surprising to see him first for them.
Him and Gomley had another good night tonight.
Yep. That's what we'd expect. Him, Gomley, back Kong as well, you know, deserves a
Oh
special
yeah,
mention.
Batkong had a great night of Artie.
Seriously, if the Dark Wolves just had like maybe
it's always
5 Bat Kongs, and then
if their Batchat players can pull up a little bit more, I really feel like they've got the 2 mouse players. They've got Lambert and Gomley doing work. They know how to play with the Artie against the mouse. Batkong's doing work. Spitz, Caviar, and Revolution on the other hand, really slipping for us a little bit. So if those 3 can kind of, like you said, work on their mechanical skills, we saw a lot of Batchats not aimed in, just going for the auto fire and really missing a few shots, not capitalizing on what's such an easy mechanic to learn, then maybe Dark Wolves next season, like you said, it's a little bit late for that now, can come back twice as strong.
Maybe. Well, I guess we will have to wait and see. But, of course, for now, well, that is just about it for team efficiency. They are going to be taking those 3 points home.
Yeah.
Looking good, I think. And again, they are chasing EL. They are so far. They're hot on the heels of EL, particularly now that they picked up that win on Friday, which was their kind of pocket win.
Because they were behind a little bit.
Exactly, because they hadn't played that match yet. But now that they've played it, you know, they are really looking EL in the eyes right now. And a few more wins, and they're going to be overtaking them.
Yeah, I really can't wait to see how the dust settles at the end of the season here, because so many of these placings are too hard to call right now. They're so close, and we get to see these teams go up against each other at least one more time before the season ends. So it's going to be a great sprint to the finish line, especially for EL and team efficiency. But look, like you said, Dark Wolves, their dream dwindles, while of course team efficiencies gets that little bit bigger. And you hate to see it. Dark Wolves playing, you know, the chances going lower and lower. I don't know. It's kind of looking grim for them, and I'm sure the post-match stats.
Oh, look at that! I love how Batkong, who literally he basically played tier 8s for most of the night because he was playing Artie for the Dark Wolves. I love how he is the top damage dealer for the Dark Wolves. That's why I say, you know, he had
a hell of a night.
He is as good as any artillery player in WGL. He's as good as Opalisk, probably maybe even better than Opalisk. Tonight, I think he did even play better than Opalisk. And it's almost a shame to have him on the Dark Wolves. Like,
who knows? Roster madness, it happens to every game.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see Meltdown pick him up maybe, but look at that. Oh,
We're so close to hitting that top 7. But look, the story's right there, Alex. 4k damage, 5k damage across 6 maps, averaging less than 1,000 in such a high HP pool meta. You just can't have that. We're seeing the damage rise now because they have to go through so much more HP, and if you're still putting up low numbers, even last patch we considered low, that just can't be happening.
Exactly, it's as simple as that.
Yep. Well, look. Coming up next, of course, we have Korea's Meltdown taking on China's EL Gaming, and both these teams looking really red hot at the moment. I'm excited to see if Meltdown can do one up from their last time they versed, as that was a 5-4 going over to EL Gaming. So if you guys want to watch that, stick around because we're going to go to a 10-minute break. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere.
Those 2 AMX 50Bs pushed past that 2 flag. Team efficiency were ready. They were waiting for them. Okay, that was funny. Good try, Konowski. Yep. Orcs. And he's really... Oh, I don't think he's this is bad. But